Hey everybody, welcome back to Small Talk Japan. On this show, we talk about all things Japan in English. My name is Mitch. I'm here with
Natsuki.
Natsuki, how are you?
Okay.
You're like skinny. What happened?
I know I am. I got sick whole week, last week, Golden Week. I don't know how to say that. We say otogeri. It means like
stomach flu, stomach bug.
Stomach flu. So, okay, so what happened was my daughter got sick from the daycare.
Oh, we're only intro earlier.
Your
daughter got sick from daycare.
And then she was okay. She just, vomited once and got a little diarrhea and she was fine. And I was taking care of her, right? And I got...
The 50th word of today's show is diarrhea. Continue.
Diarrhea.
Okay,
yeah. And then I got sick from her. And so
Was this the norovirus? Did you get noro?
I haven't checked it. So I went to the doctor and they said maybe, and you don't have to check it. It's gone. And then I keep throwing up. It was so tough.
You probably got norovirus.
Maybe. You know the things that from the stomach, it's yellow thing. Do you know what?
Bile.
No, we say ieki. Ieki means like stomach.
Acid, bile.
Yeah, acid.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? What about it?
Maybe it, melt my teeth maybe.
Oh, gosh. Hi, guys. This is Small Talk Japan. We talk about Natsuki's teeth melting.
Yeah,
How much weight did you lose?
Actually, 3 kilo, maybe 4.
Was it worth it?
Yeah.
It was worth it.
Yeah, I'm so glad. Every time I got on the scale, I'm like, I'm sick, right? But I'm still like, yeah, I lost my weight.
You're just gonna gain that weight right back again.
I know, but I'm not still 100% okay. Like, I don't really get hungry. I can't eat, but I don't really want to eat.
No appetite.
No appetite. Exactly. 食欲がない.
How about your husband? Is he okay?
He is okay.
So they say in Japan, this is what you guys say, that baka kaze hikanai. So if you're stupid, you don't catch a cold. Why do you say this?
Yeah. I don't know why we say that.
Anyway, so every time like you're sick, your husband's always totally fine. So I always wonder, is your husband stupid?
No, but I was
just a simple no.
I know. I mean, I was happy that he didn't get sick because my kids were very energetic, even though I'm sick, right?
Yeah.
So he took them away from me so that I can get rest in my house by myself.
Yeah.
It was like heaven. Just even I'm sick, but I can stay at home by myself. Just
diarrhea and vomiting heaven.
Yeah, diarrhea and vomiting heaven. But still, it was tough. Really, worst Golden Week ever.
You better now.
Yeah, much better.
That's good.
Thank you.
You should eat.
I will.
Speaking of diseases, Japan lowers COVID threat to same as flu in major policy shift.
Finally.
Well, I mean, okay, so America downgraded COVID from being like a special virus, special illness to like nothing, like I think a week ago.
Okay.
And so like now, but that's kind of like, that's the official stance of the American government. The American people forgot about COVID, I think 2 years ago.
Really? I thought it's too late for America, 1 week ago. And then
Americans like
official.
I think Americans got like their first vaccine and they were like, done. How many times did you get vaccinated? Twice?
3 times.
3 times. And you got COVID.
Yeah, I did.
I got vaccinated 4 times because I didn't think the 4th time was necessary.
Yeah.
But I knew as Shacho, as like the leader of my company, that if I didn't get it, no one else would. So I went and got the 4th jab, and I haven't gotten COVID, so that's good.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
but you still got high fever.
I did get sick once, and
Yeah.
I got tested for COVID several times, and it was not COVID.
Yeah,
unfortunately, because I would have gotten money for that.
Yeah.
Wonder what that was.
Do we still need to get a vaccine?
I love how you're asking me, but I do know the answer. They recommend that you get your booster vaccinations, like the flu, basically. So like it'll be like a every year, maybe 1 or 2 time situation for, especially if you're at risk.
Yeah.
So if you're old, if you have other diseases, if you work with like, old people or with children or something like that, then it's recommended to get vaccinated.
I see. Uh-huh.
Like the flu.
Okay, so before, like, they send us letter and then we can get...
It's not going to happen like that anymore.
It's not going to happen
no,
like
no.
that.
And
Okay.
also, I don't think that the Japanese government is going to pay for the vaccine anymore.
Oh, it's
you know how the flu vaccine you have to pay for out of pocket?
like 3,000 yen.
I think it's like 4,000 yen now.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I think what people will probably do is like the people who get the flu vaccine will also just get a COVID vaccine at the same time.
Uh-huh.
It's like get double jabbed.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to get any more COVID vaccines just simply because the vaccines are fucking so... Every time I got vaccinated, it's like a fucking week, I'm just sick. So I figure if I get sick for a week for getting vaccinated, might as well just fucking get...
I got the 3 vaccine, but I never got the flu. I'm in fever.
That's why you got
I
COVID.
know. I'm an old person.
Yeah, you had no antibodies.
Yeah, I know. Why?
抗体がないわ。
ねえ、なんで? Why?
No antibodies.
Why?
Moving on with the news. Nearly 40% of people surveyed in Japan going without a mask. Let me ask you a question, Natsuki.
Okay.
Do you mask?
I actually do.
That's because you don't wear makeup.
And then also, like my private time, I don't wear mask. But like during my work time, if I go to my customers, I wear mask because they wear.
So you're just doing it because it's polite.
Right, that's right.
Do you wear a mask because you're afraid of getting sick, or you just wear a mask because it's just polite?
Polite, or like I care about what people see me.
That's all.
Yeah, that's all.
Josh,
I don't wear a mask at all. Like the only time I wear a mask is if I have to go to like a clinic or something where they like ask you to. Like I don't think it's even mandatory, but they do still like ask you to wear a mask when you go.
I wear a mask when I'm like in small cramped spaces with a lot of kids.
Oh yeah.
Because kids are gross and they have diseases.
That's so true. You got to be very careful.
No, you have kids now, so you know.
Yeah,
I've been
know.
a teacher for fucking 20 years.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
My first year teaching was like the sickest I've ever gotten in my life. Was just like,
the reason why flu season happens is because of kids. No, it's true. Like the kids spread it amongst themselves in school.
Yeah.
And then they bring flu home to the parents.
Yeah.
That's why we have fucking flu seasons. The fucking kids.
Right. So the reason is all kids.
Yeah. So don't have kids.
No.
Dude, I have a story about that. Wait. Dude, great set. Wait. So let me finish the mask thing. I don't wear a mask unless I have to, but I don't care if somebody else wears a mask. You know what I mean? Like
their choice.
Yeah, that's the thing about like Japan is that people, it's like whatever, do what you want to do. Idiots in America, they're like, oh my god, you're wearing a mask, blah blah blah, you're a pussy. It's like, just let people do whatever the fuck they want to do. Why do you care?
Why do they care?
Because they have nothing better to do. See, have you ever been to this place called Kentucky? There's nothing to do there except for be Republican and like shoot guns and drink. Oh, they don't drink Budweiser anymore. Oh, dude. So Budweiser. This wasn't even like a thing. I hate conservatives sometimes. Okay, so Budweiser sends like a care package to an influencer. Okay, like a TikToker, a trans TikToker. It wasn't even like she wasn't. I think it's a she. I'm not sure which one. Yeah, it's a she. She wasn't even like an official spokesperson for Budweiser. Nothing at all. They just sent her some fucking Bud. They're like, hey, thank you. Here's some Budweiser. And then she like TikToked about it. It's like, hey, I got this Budweiser yum beer. And all these fucking idiot Republicans are like, oh, Budweiser went woke. And so there's all these like videos on the internet of people, again, from Kentucky, who are like shooting Budweiser cans with their guns. They're like, take that, woke Budweiser. Seriously, guys, like, here's how you fix America. Make interesting things in all the places. Like Kentucky people, if they had something to do every day that wasn't NASCAR.
So it's old country state that you're saying?
No, there's no. America is like a like a pubescent teenager. It's very young. It's not old at all. Kentucky's just, I'm shitting on Kentucky, but people from like rural America don't have anything to do. So they just like sit on the internet and get angry. They're like the people with melanin in their skin.
They have a lot of free time.
Yeah, they have a lot of free time. And then they vote. That's the problem, is they vote. I wish they, and then the people who aren't doing that are busy with their lives, or I don't know, having fun on TikTok. I don't know. So those people don't vote. So like the government is composed of people that don't represent the population. So it's a big problem. Anyway, getting back to children, do childless adults in Japan face parental harassment? You have 2 kids.
I do.
Before you had 2 kids, what did your parents tell you?
To have kids.
How often?
I don't know. My in-laws never told me to do that because they probably care about, my feeling. But my dad was...
My dad does not give a fuck about my feelings.
I know he doesn't. He was like, when is my grandchild? When is my grandchild?
Now, you have a unique experience about this because you actually struggled to get pregnant.
Right.
How many years? You spent like 10 years before you went to...
9 years.
Before you went to get help.
Oh, no. 6 years before. After I got married for 6 years, I went to hospital.
So I always have this... I have a question. Okay. So like I'm 40 now.
Yeah.
I've spent 40 years of my life trying not to make babies.
Okay.
Like that's very much so my goal, not to make babies. So after you got married and then, you and your husband are like, let's make babies.
Yeah.
And then you can't make babies.
No.
Did you feel like all that time before worrying about, oh my God, am I pregnant? Or like taking the pill or using, did you think that was just a big waste of time?
I won't say it's not a big waste of time, but
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like if I found out tomorrow that I can't have kids because like, I don't know, my sperm is broken. I don't know. I would be like, why did I take all this time and effort not to have kids?
I was young.
I was young.
Yeah, because I was like 29, I didn't doubt myself that I won't have kids.
But then in the end, it was a struggle to have kids.
Right. And then when I turned 35, it's my time. Maybe I should go to hospital.
That's not my question. My question is, Natsuki,
Okay.
I think everyone spends their young age like playing around, but making sure that they're, doing it safely so they don't get pregnant. And then when you got older, you're like, I'm going to get pregnant. And then you couldn't.
Yeah.
So don't you think like before when you were younger, like in your 20s and stuff, like you were wasting your time with all the...
Wasting time of what? I don't get what you're like trying to ask me.
If I knew that I couldn't have kids, I would probably be a lot more risky. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I was always,
Risky? Oh, so you just, okay.
unprotective.
I see now why this conversation is not working. You're just always doing whatever the fuck. So many of my friends, I don't understand this. So I think that Japanese people just have a lower fertility rate than the rest of the world because a lot of my Japanese friends, especially guy friends, just have unprotected sex all the time and they don't have babies.
What maybe they get it out.
Pull out method is like what? So my parents used the pull out method and I have 6 brothers.
It didn't work.
No.
Maybe your dad, couldn't, stand.
So you're saying that he just like shot it off?
Yeah, I know.
I think the pull-out method is like what? 15% effective? What is it?
According to Google, it's 80% effective.
That's bullshit. That's pull-out plus rhythm keeping. Like with her, what is that called? Whatever that's called, that rhythm thing that you women have. I think that's what it is. I think it's both. It's not just pull it out.
It says 1 out of 5 people who rely on the pull out method get pregnant. So
yeah.
And then I don't know. Yeah, be safe, everyone.
I am more than sure that if I had one unprotected sexual encounter, that I would have 5 kids. Like I'm pretty sure that's how it's gonna work.
Maybe.
And that's not something. So anyway, back to the news.
Yeah. Why don't you have a kid? You don't have to get married. You just have a kid.
That's responsible. the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, Mitch, just go have kids. Actually, so the other day, you're not okay. This is weird. So I turned 40, right? Like a couple months ago. The other day, what the fuck was I doing? I don't remember what I was doing. Oh, I was hanging out with Carl, my good friend Carl, and his kids because they're so cute.
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, I was looking at them and I was just thinking how cute they are. And I'm just like, I could have kids. Here's the thing. If I could have a child by myself and not involve a stupid woman, okay, I would have kids.
Okay.
Problem is I can't do that one. And then two, I just have not found in where we are here in Kagoshima someone that I want to procreate with.
Oh, okay. Like they are not cute enough
No,
to
it
have
has
a
nothing to do with
baby.
being cute. Think about your female friends in Kagoshima.
Yeah.
What do you think about them?
Well, which part of you are you talking about? Like face or body or
I'm
like
not talking about their looks, Natsuki. Even if they're ugly, if they were very responsible and smart.
Yeah.
How many of those people do you know?
So many.
Name one.
I cannot name in public.
Sorry, name one that's single.
Yeah. All of them got married already. Maybe like.
Think we're learning something. So I'm going to Fukuoka next month to try to find a girlfriend.
Nice.
So if you live in Fukuoka,
Seriously, me and my monk friend, my Buddhist monk friend, are going to go to Fukuoka to try to find. I'm serious. I was talking to my monk friend the other day.
The monk friend is like good at singing guy.
Yeah, don't fucking out him. Okay. But anyway, it's such a Japanese story. I was like hanging out with my Buddhist monk friend, and I was just like "Saikin do," which means like, "Do you have a girlfriend?" And he's like, "No."
Oh, he's not get married yet. He's still single.
You just throw in shade right now. Yes, he's still single. I'm still single. Okay. So I was like, you know what we should do? He's like, what? I was like, we should go to Fukuoka because Hakata dialect is super cute. Can you do it?
Yeah. No. なんとかやけんとか。なんとか。
I like Fukuoka girls. They're cute. Even because like also. Not all of them, most of them, okay, so the same thing as Tokyo, right? Not a lot of them were born in Fukuoka, but they go from like their rural, their local area to the major city.
Yeah, that's true.
So all the good ones move away.
Maybe.
I mean, you're here.
What are you talking about? Don't look at me like that. What's your look?
No. The good ones either move away or they get married really quickly, right? And so like when you get to my age and you're like looking at the single scene out there, it's just like you got I'm like in this weird age where if they're still single there's something wrong with them or if they're single then they're divorced,
right?
So both, and if they're divorced at 40, okay, between 35 and 40, if they're divorced they probably have young kids,
right?
Which I don't want.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that, but I would prefer if I got hooked up with somebody who had kids that they were older.
what's like your range, not for dating, but for if you're looking
for fucking?
No.
For fucking?
Like if you're thinking for a serious relationship, maybe getting married in the future, how much younger?
So the rule is half your age plus 7, so 27, right?
27. It's about, his wife's age.
No, she's too young.
She's too young.
She's too young.
How old is your wife?
She's 25.
Oh, she's mature. I mean, she's young, but
she's throwing
mature.
shade at you right now. That's just talking shit about you. Talking shit about Josh right now.
Why? Why?
She's mature.
Why? I am trying to be nice with her.
Wait, so how old should I date, do you think?
I don't know.
Wait, why did you ask that question?
Well, because I think like dating or like fooling around and like having a serious relationship is different. Having a serious relationship, there are a lot more like there's a lot more focus on being mature and having like the same ideals and stuff like that. So I was just wondering like if you had like an age limit, because you said women around your age are either single because there's something wrong with them or they
so you're
divorced.
saying like maybe go younger,
but not like,
what's his name?
Not like 19 years old.
De Niro.
Yeah, he just had his like
79
or 5th kid or something like that.
How old is he? Look it up. 79, I think he is.
And then his
Robert
wife is,
De Niro
yeah.
just had a new kid.
And then his wife is, I mean, how old is
I
she?
don't think that's a wife that he had a kid with.
Oh,
maybe.
okay. Just a girlfriend or girl?
I don't know. I just read the headline on this one. I didn't.
With his partner, Tiffany Chen.
Okay, so
This is partner.
he's 79 years old.
Yeah.
Which just goes to show you that men can have children at any age.
Yeah,
Women.
it happens in Japan too. You know, a lot of Japanese
Your
celebrities.
father, how old is he? 74? If
Yeah.
he had a new baby.
I will be so
Oh my God. So I'm
surprised.
gonna throw shade at you now. I was in a bar. I was having a normal Saturday and a very fucking drunk Natsuki calls me at like 4 p.m.
How long years ago? 5
And you
years?
were like, what are you doing? I was like, why? And she's like, we're drinking with my dad. I want you to come hang out. And I was like, okay. So we go to I'm sorry, I'm gonna out you on this one. So we go to this bar, and this bar has not been open for like 5 years at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. But because your dad knows the mama-san, like they have like a friendship, she like opens this bar for the first time in like 5 years. And there's like two things are kind of out of sync here. One, like this woman is like my age and she's very young, and she's like
A little bit older, I guess.
she's cute as well, and she's like got this very familiar relationship with your father.
Yeah.
That's one. And two, there's like this little kid running around that seemingly doesn't have a father, and your dad like left in the middle of the drinking, like while we're hanging out, just to like go buy a toy for the kid.
He did.
And I was just sitting here, I was like looking at the situation, and you're like, ah ha ha, this is so fun. And I look at you, Natsuki, I'm like, Natsuki, I think that kid's your little brother.
You know what? I told that to my dad that Mitch was saying that the little boy is your son, and then he was like just smiling.
There we have it. Fans of the show.
I don't think so.
Sign up for our Patreon to help support Natsuki's little brother.
I don't think so.
Bullshit. That kid was looked like your father, and he was, dude, he was like 3 years old.
Yeah, at the time, right?
So what? How old is he now? He's like 8 now.
Maybe. But
So we should ask him.
Yeah, but you know.
If he's really tall and looks like your father.
Oh my goodness. I have.
What did you say? That most Japanese people just use the pull-out method? It's like 20% not effective?
I don't know. Maybe he didn't even pull out, you know?
Dad didn't even pull out. I love your dad. He's such a rock star. He's so great. He looks like
Yeah.
Christopher Walken. If you guys know the weird actor, her dad looks exactly like Christopher Walken.
Thank you.
And he has a son who's 8 years old who's like, what happened to that lady? She speaks English.
She did.
Yeah.
She did. I don't know what happened, but I don't think he's my real brother, because if he is so, my dad would tell me that maybe, or I don't know.
No, because we figured this out. Because your father's timeline
Yeah.
about like
Of course.
being
Yeah.
friends with her.
Yeah. He was having an affair for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that timeline, like the way that he said it overlapped with your mother. And we're just like,
I know. And then my mom passed away like 13 years ago. And then, you know, at the time when he was dating with, my point is, I'm glad that my mom didn't find out while she was alive, you know?
your dad is such a rock star. He's just like,
Yeah, he's an old guy, you know, old like
Japanese style.
Yeah, Japanese style.
like I've heard stories about him from other people, how because he used to own a kimono shop.
Yeah.
And so there used to be this place called Empire, and it was like this 3-story tall building that had like just girls in it. Like it's like a lounge, and it was like, it's where Gachapon is now. And it was like this giant building called Empire, and it's just like girls for 3 floors. And apparently all of their kimonos came from your dad's shop, and like your dad would just like go in there like a fucking king.
Who told you that?
I know a lot of shit about your dad.
Really?
And he would just go in there like fucking king baller and just like spending money during the bubble and just like having a great time.
Thank you. That's how I got to grow up.
I just like every time I hear stories about your dad, I don't think bad. I think I want to hang out with your dad at that time.
Oh yeah, at that time.
Like I want to use a time machine, go back to like 1993 and hang out with your fucking dad at Empire while he's just throwing money around the room.
Yeah, that's the time, like so bubble time.
Speaking of money, Rolex store in Tokyo robbed 4 men. Men is not the right word. They're
Boys?
teenagers.
Yeah.
They're boys taken into custody.
Even teenagers, I thought they are over like 20s.
Yeah.
Like early 20s?
They're young.
Yeah.
They're young.
The first time I heard that news, I thought, they have nothing to afraid of.
They're not afraid of anything.
Yeah.
When I first heard this news, I thought, wow, Japan is such a safe country that this kind of thing makes national news.
That's true too.
If you watch videos from America right now, because like a lot of stores have a policy that if you steal from them, that they don't stop you. And so you'll just see like 50 people go into a store in like San Francisco and just steal everything and leave, and none of them get caught. It's just every day.
Isn't it like in California? I think they have a law that if it's less than a certain amount of money, like less than $100, then like the shop can't press charges. So people are just like stealing up to $100 worth of stuff and leaving.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a law. I think it's probably just policy. The police in America are complete garbage. I mean, Japanese police are also dumb. Don't get me wrong. I have a lot of things to say about them, but it's like the American police are just shit.
So who is taking care of the, safe community then?
There's no safety in America. Did you see there was a shooting again? It was like fucking, 8 people dead, thoughts and prayers. Country is just stupid at this point. Like I can't deal with it. Every time I look at the news from America, I'm just like, dumb. Oh, speaking of dumb news, okay. So this guy needs to be Prime Minister of Japan. So Digital Minister Kono needs to be Prime Minister of Japan.
Yeah.
I love this guy.
I love this guy too.
He's so smart. He announced that he requested the operator of the My Number service to temporarily suspend the service because there have been 13 cases in which a different person. So what you do, there's this thing called My Number in Japan. It's basically a social security number, and it has a card with it that's like a plastic card with a chip in it. And you can go to like a convenience store, various places, and you can print your 戸籍謄本ってなんていうの?
戸籍謄本, like I don't know how to say that.
Your family document.
Maybe.
I think that's what that's called. Whatever. It's like the Japanese equivalent of your birth certificate, but it also has the rest of your family on it. Anyway, you can print shit like that using your My Number card. And so in this case, like the people went to go print papers and the other people's papers printed. And so the company that is managing this has fucked up, and Mr. Kono is like, you need to stop until you figured out why that's fucking happening. What's Koseki Toho? Whatever. I think it's called a family document or something. Whatever.
But we can get another thing like city, なんか市民 a lot of stuff. 戸籍謄
Certificate issuance server. I don't know. What you can also
Yeah,
get like
family register.
family register. What else can you print with your My Number card? Can you print your
なんだっけ市民
I don't remember. I don't deal with this. My
印鑑
stuff.
登録
印鑑証明書
印鑑証明書
So that's like a certificate for your incon stamp that says that this is your
Sounds like
your country is so fucking dumb. This is why I don't deal with this. I pay my staff. I say, you deal with this.
Yeah. And then なんていうっけそういうのって市民
Shimin.
なんていうっけ
I think it's called
like before we need to go to city hall to
Yeah,
get those prints. I mean papers.
It's basically like your
市民なんていうっけ
Like your citizenship papers or something like
なんて
that.
いうっけ
residency paper. Is that what
Probably.
It's called?
Yeah.
Whatever.
like
what's
that.
What's in Japanese?
I don't know.
I can't, oh my
Again,
god.
I don't remember what papers you can get with your My Number
But
card.
the My Number card is getting like stronger and stronger though, right?
Yeah.
Like they're trying to combine it with your health insurance card. and,
Right. It
like,
started already.
Even my dentist.
Stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
Your English is
It's
going, man. But no, like they're trying to like make it the super
Yeah.
card of everything.
市民なんけ市民票 Oh my god. なんか私英語も日本語も喋れない。なんだっけ
If you can't speak English or Japanese, then start speaking Spanish.
Cool. Hola.
Dude, yesterday I was on I said this off camera, but yesterday I was like on this long phone call with two Frenchies. And like they're ESL, so like they're speaking like heavily French accented English. And I think it just has to do with exposure. Like I was always exposed to Asian people's English.
Right.
So like that's no problem. Like even if you have a really strong like Korean or Chinese or Japanese accent, I'm good with that. There's no problem. French people speaking English, I have no idea what they're saying.
Can you copy what they're saying?
No.
Oh.
I don't speak French.
Okay.
I've never studied French. And so like when they were talking, like, so it was me and Alex. Alex was like understanding everything.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what the fuck are they saying? I couldn't understand. I think it's just exposure because like, you know, so he's from England. So it's like right next to France.
Right.
And I'm from Vegas, which is right next to Mexico.
On the desert.
So just there's no French speakers around me. I swear, the only French speaker I know is Ricky. And he's like,
Oh, he does, right.
FSL. Do you say that? French as a second language? Anyway, he's not a native French speaker. So I just I can't do French.
Sorry, going back to it really quickly. There were two things with the last story that I didn't show you the video for it, so just showing you.
This is the Rolex.
Yeah, the Rolex crime scene video, and I also looked it up. I guess in like San Francisco area, if you steal anything less than $1,000, it's only a misdemeanor.
Yeah, but that's not that has nothing to do with the cops. The cops just don't care. Misdemeanors they're still supposed to enforce the law for. They just don't care. Anyway, this Rolex thing, like that. To me, I think is just, I look at that story and I think I picked the right country to live in because it's just such a rarity for this to happen.
I don't mean to be racist, but...
You're going to say something racist.
First time I saw that news, I thought, Chinese robbers and took all the Rolex.
Okay, that's racist.
Yeah, right.
There was a news story. I don't know if we reported on it, but there was a news story of a Chinese tourist who came with his wife. And then like... he told his wife, he left his wife in the hotel room. He was like, I'm gonna go for a walk. And then he tried to like, you're gonna have to Google this. I think he tried to like rape a Japanese woman in like an elevator or something after that. And then like he got arrested. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I hate stories like this because whenever this happens, everyone just says like, cause it's natural. I get it. It's natural to think this, but everyone goes, oh, those Chinese, they're so bad. No, that guy's bad. There's nothing to do with him being, there's a million fucking Chinese people come every year to Japan. There's no incident.
Right.
Just that guy. So I hate it when people make that association.
That's true. My bad.
Like it's in America, like every now and then there'll be like a story and like you just like, I don't know how to say this right, but like you just hope that the person who did the crime is like not some minority because like you just know that if it is, like everybody's going to make racist comments.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
Yeah. Not everyone, just that person.
Yeah, it's not, don't associate. I mean like we were genetically designed to associate things. Like if we see one big lion cat thing that eats a person, we'll think, oh, all big lion cat things will eat people, so they're dangerous.
Right.
Okay. That's the survival instinct. I understand that, but we have to be smarter than that when it comes to racism.
It's not true.
Speaking of safety, several injured as pre-dawn magnitude 5.2 quake rattles Tokyo Bay Area. So the Tokyo Bay Area, which is mostly concrete with giant bridges and everything, was rocked by a 5.2 magnitude earthquake and no one died. Because again, buildings in Japan, fucking amazing.
So my, oldest brother living in that kind of that area. And then once I spent, I went to his, I know.
That's what I figured.
Oh, my watch is talking.
Okay, I was scared. Anyway,
Your watch scared me. I peed a little. Okay, sorry.
I peed a little.
Your brother.
Once I, spent a night at his place and, there was an earthquake.
Yeah.
And then before earthquake happened, there was, like the area started like announcement and then 地震が起きます. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then earthquake happened. Did you understand what I meant?
Yeah. They remember. So we have like on our phones, it's the same thing, the early alert system.
Yeah.
And the reason why this works is because I'm going to teach you something here. Okay.
Okay.
So when there's an earthquake, there's like an epicenter of the earthquake, and the shaking, the waves from the shaking travel out at, I forgot what the speed is, but it's way slower than the speed of light. Radio and other electronic communication devices travel at the speed of light. So if someone is in like California, for example, and there's an earthquake and they tweet about it on Twitter, somebody in Las Vegas will read the tweet minutes before the shaking comes to Vegas. So that's why that works. So scientists in Japan realized that they could make an early alert system like
your early alert
20
system
years ago.
Yeah.
And so they have in Japan, they have one of the most accurate early alert systems that is fucking scary as shit, and I hate it when it happens.
Yeah, every time it happens.
Because you can't turn it off on your fucking phone. It's just like pre-installed, and like it just goes weet 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 jisin desu, and you're just like, oh my god. That's scary as shit when you're on a Tokyo train and everybody's phone goes off.
Oh my god! And
what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You can't leave.
No.
You're on the train. You're just like, I hope we're okay. You know, what are you gonna do?
Just stay there.
So what happened with you and your brother? Were you guys okay?
Yeah, they were okay. And then I was just surprised because right after like 5 seconds, starts shaking, and then I was like, wow,
So instead of thinking like I should get under a table and protect myself, you're like, wow, this system is so cool.
That's true. I didn't even escape myself.
So going from earthquakes to this story.
Okay, going to the new story. Okay, 25 years old police officer shoot himself at the prime minister
residence.
He killed himself, and we don't know why that happened.
So
with a gun.
Yeah, I was reading comments about this, and so like there's two possibilities. There's one that he committed suicide, shot himself and committed suicide. The other possibility is that he accidentally shot himself.
And with his head?
With his head.
I mean, to his head.
Yeah, like he accidentally shot himself. So basically, like, people are wondering, like, did he actually kill himself? He probably did. But like, if he didn't, if he accidentally like had a discharge of his firearm,
like he was trying to play with his gun, what's gonna happen if I pull this,
Not like that, Natsuki. But like, like if he was, maybe he was like moving it or something and it accidentally went off.
Oh, that's sad.
But yeah. But anyway, the one thing that has been underlined over the last couple of months on this show is that the Japanese prime minister is completely not safe.
True.
I mean, like, what the fuck, guys?
Yeah. And did you see the news that he was on the, what's that, People? He was cover of the famous American magazine.
Okay.
People.
Maybe. I don't know.
And then he was talking about, Japan would be one of the great, like, gunji taikoku. How do you say that? Like, elementary じゃなくて.
Military powers.
Yeah. And then I didn't like it. People.
Oh, so Kishida among Time Magazine's 100 most influential people of 2023. Okay, so Kishida is the leader of the third largest economy in the world. His like inclusion in this list is like a foregone conclusion, is it not? Like, it's okay. Whatever. Did you guys see the town hall with Trump? Oh my god, on CNN. Oh, it's so great.
Time.
Oh no, I don't care about Kishida. He's not interesting anymore.
Okay.
So the Trump thing was so fucking great. It's like, I forgot how dumb he is. Like, because he hasn't been in the media. Like, stories have been written about him, but he hasn't been in front of a camera for so long that when he was like in the CNN town hall thing, I don't know what it was a train wreck. Anyway, watching him talk, I was just like, right, you're fucking stupid. You're dumb as hell. Like, he's just so, like, they asked him, like, the female host thing lady, whatever she is, she was totally not as aggressive as she should have been. And no one fact checked anything that Trump said, which was a shame. That they just gave him a platform to say ridiculous fucking things for like an hour and a half. It was ridiculous. Anyway, the female announcer lady, she's like, you know, you said before that you are a rich man and that you can just grab women any way that you want and it's fine. And like he started answering, but his answer, one, was not a complete sentence at all, made no sense, and he just kept repeating himself. And she just sat there going, I would be like, if I was you, I would have hung that guy. I would have like interrupted every second and pressed him so hard that he had to answer yes or no, that he thinks it's okay to just grab women whenever the fuck he wants to, which is ridiculous. And she didn't. She was just like, okay, Mr. President, thank you for that answer. Next question.
How could he be, you know, such a rich person?
Is he rich? I don't know. He keeps losing money, doesn't he? He lost a lawsuit to a woman that he allegedly raped in the 90s.
Yeah.
I don't know. How can that fat man rape people? Like, just run a little bit. He'll get so tired. Like, maybe before he was healthier. I don't know. Have you seen him in his golf wear? It's ridiculous. Like, he looks like a giant baby. His proportions are so funny. Like, if you look at him, like, there he is. Look at him, especially in his white short pants.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so great. Like, what's going on here? And he's just like, that one right there, Josh, that one right there. Look at him. He's like a giant baby.
But
Just want to pinch him.
But he become a, you know, powerful rich man. He become
No, his father was rich and he got
his
money from his
father
father.
was a rich. Okay.
Everybody's like, Trump is a self-made millionaire. It's like, no. Oh, I read this because I was bored the other day. You're not going to understand this. Just nod. I read a long 49-point article about how Trump is the Antichrist. And it quoted all these biblical verses, like explaining why Trump would be the Antichrist. And it was hilariously accurate. Don't worry. It's not important.
I'm not nodding.
Just don't worry about it.
Okay.
Tokyo teacher sent to prosecutors for alleged murder.
Because he had 借金でしょ?
Debts.
Debts.
Although I don't really understand how this works. Okay. Junior high school teacher was sent to prosecutors on Thursday, a day after his arrest on suspicion of killing a man during a break-in at a home in Tokyo in February. I'm not going to read his name. 36 years old. A little bit older than you. A little bit younger than me. Allegedly stabbed to death another man who's 63 years old. That's kind of funny. Sorry, I should be laughing about this. At the 63-year-old's home in Tokyo, apparently to steal valuables. The suspect is believed to have amassed millions of yen in debt. Millions of yen in debt means like tens of thousands of dollars in debt. Through gambling and foreign exchange trading, investigative sources said. The suspect, who lives in the Koto ward, told police that when he was arrested, he had no connection to the incident, but has since kept silent, according to sources.
It becomes a big news because he's a public junior high school teacher, right?
Yeah.
That's maybe why.
Oh, dude, I have a story.
What is it?
Kenji. Oh my God, I forgot about this person until now. Kenji.
Who is Kenji?
So when I was in high school.
Who is Kenji?
So when I was in high school, so I majored in Japanese in high school, right? So like, okay, so you know how ALTs are like English speaking native people who come to Japan to like give like the foreign exchange, international exchange, language exchange to like Japanese students.
Okay.
There is a opposite version of this program.
Really?
Where Japanese people go to America to teach Japanese, or various countries, not just America, to teach Japanese. Kenji
Was your teacher?
was my Japanese ALT. And Kenji, couple of facts about him. One, he memorized the America Fuck Yeah song, the entire thing, and would sing it in class, not understanding that that's not okay. Two, he was young, horny, and basically, like, I think this was the first time he'd ever gotten away from his family. And then finally, three, he was stationed where I grew up, which is Las Vegas.
What happened to him?
The last thing that we saw about Kenji was that he just suddenly disappeared. We think that he went back to Japan, and a bunch of, let's call them gangsters, showed up because like Kenji was homestaying at one of the students' house. Kenji was like 23 3 or 4 or something like that. A bunch of like gangsters showed up looking for him because he owed them like tens of thousands of
Oh
dollars
my God.
from gambling and prostitution.
Oh.
You're the MVP, Kenji. You taught all of us
MVP.
our 14 and 15-year-old selves like how to do Vegas. Like you won the game.
He's in Japan maybe now.
Probably somewhere.
Yeah.
Ran away.
Yeah.
He's probably like a family man. Never told his wife about his problems in Vegas.
Oh, so he was okay. He could run away from
No, because
the...
he just suddenly disappeared. So we think that he got in, and his stuff was gone. So we think he got on a plane and like went back to Japan.
So those gangsters never chase him.
Well, what are they going to do? Come to Japan and try to find a Japanese-looking guy in Japan? Like, yeah, good luck, right? It's not going to happen. So he just fucking ninja poofed, left Vegas. And like all those gangster guys came to my friend's house and they were like, "Where's Kenji?" And everybody's just like, "Fucking, we don't know."
He's brave, you know.
This is and so anyway, Kenji, if you're out there, you're the MVP, my friend.
Wow.
Love that guy.
Yeah, he should be like same. He should be like 40s now, right?
He should be like, well, he was about 10 years older, so he'd be 50 now.
Okay.
So he's probably got, like
Yeah.
college age student kids by now.
Why don't you find out?
What? How the fuck am I gonna?
Hello, Kenji. If you see us, please contact
Dude,
us.
I had a homestay family. I when I was 14 years old, I did a homestay in
Himeji, right?
not Himeji, in Hyogo
Oh
Prefecture.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Near Himeji, right? And like that family, Mr. Fukudome, if you're out there, please contact me. I'm serious. I said his name on television thinking that he's from Kagoshima, from Kanoya, where his wife is from.
Okay.
Okay. And so I always thought that because he would be in his 70s or 80s now.
My wife isn't from Kanoya.
Not Kanoya, sorry.
Kaseda.
Kaseda. He's from Kaseda. Not Kanoya, sorry. Kaseda. Which turned into Minami Satsumashi.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So he's from Kaseda, sorry. And so I said his name on TV thinking that like if he was here, he would find me. Because I want to meet him again. My
Yeah.
homestay father, right?
Your mother never keep in touch with him?
There was a problem. I don't want to get into it, but like basically, well, I think I said it before. Like Mr. Fukudome, also an MVP, took little 14-year-old Mitch to a place where adults are supposed to go.
Uh-huh.
Like the ladies that your father sold kimonos to.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that kind of place.
Uh-huh. We say lounge.
And I was 14 years old. Anyway, my mom found out about that and she was not happy. And so there's a little bit of a problem with my mom and Mr. Fukudome. They had like a falling out. But anyway, I would like to see that dude if he's still alive. But he would be, let's see, when I was 14 years old, he was in his 50s.
So maybe
He'd
very
be
old.
almost 80
Yeah.
now.
Uh-huh.
So that was like 26 years ago. So he would be
More than 80 maybe.
maybe 80 if he's alive. But the way that he lived his life, I don't think that man is still alive. I think he probably had a great time and just done.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
Spend a lot of good time.
But his son, when I was 14, his son was 3.
He owned his company, right?
Yeah, he had a construction company.
Yeah,
Shacho.
maybe the son is doing after
Maybe.
him. Mm-hmm.
But the son was 3 years old, so he's 11 years younger than me. So he'd be 29 or 30 now.
Oh, younger than us.
Yeah. The son would be. And so he might be out there. Fukudome, if you're out there.
Yeah,
I got pictures.
Yeah, there are many people whose name is Fukudome.
Yeah, it's not a very rare
name. It's a common name.
Yeah, it's really sad. I'd like to see him. I would, if Mr. Fukudome is still alive, I'd really like to see him. Because that was my first experience in Japan. I was 14 years old. I was all by myself. And I was like,
What an experience.
yeah, that's the picture right there. We had it
Yeah.
on the show before. Put that in the fucking show, Josh. That's me with the ladies and their 90s makeup. So yeah, Mr. Fukudome, if you're out there,
Please let him know.
yeah, hit me up on any of my social medias. I would love to see you if you're still alive. Love that guy. Mysterious fireball seen crossing sky over Okinawa. Very simple story. People in Okinawa looked up, they saw fire, and they were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I thought it's a long shooting star. It's not good. It doesn't happen.
All right, here we go, Natsuki. Do you think aliens exist?
I do actually. Don't you think?
I do. Do you think ghosts exist?
I do actually. Because
Weird.
I've seen ghosts in my life. You know, once I was taking a nap.
Yeah, continue. Let's go. Let's here we go.
I was taking a nap.
Yeah, this is gonna be a short. This is
And
gonna
then
be a short.
Somebody called me. And then,
Was it your dad?
no, it wasn't my dad. You know, it was the guy with a hat and, you know, coat, like, you know, brown coat. And he was standing in front of my bed.
Why was this man in your house?
I don't know. And then I thought it's a ghost. And then I went back to sleep.
That's. Hold on a second. Wait a second. You were sleeping. You woke up, and a man who you don't know.
And okay, I was
Wait a second.
Okay.
Wait a second. This man that you don't know appeared in front of you.
Yeah.
And your solution to this problem was, let's go back to sleep?
Yes, because I got scared. I immediately thought that's a ghost.
You know, when you see horror movies and it's like the girl runs into the house and goes upstairs and you're like, why are you doing this? Run away from the situation.
Yeah.
I think that that's probably more accurate than we give it credit for. You went to sleep.
I was sleeping
How old
deeply.
were you? How old were you?
18 or 17. I was sleeping deeply. And then usually when we wake up, you know, we...
Why am I included in this? Okay. When we wake up.
Usually when we wake up, we just open our eyes, you know, lying on the bed, right?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? And then, but, you know, at that time, I woke up like this, you know, straight. Do you understand? How do you say that? Like, なんかこう、起きて、90度に起きた。How do you say that?
You suddenly woke up and sat up.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there was a guy.
And you were like, hey, dude, peace out.
No. I thought, you know, because it never happened, you know. I was sleeping deeply, but somebody called and then I got straight up like this. And then I thought that's a ghost. And then I got
Was
scared.
this just like part of your dream?
Maybe, who knows? But, you know, I got scared and then maybe I shouldn't see him again. And then I went back to sleep.
Here's my thing. All ghost incidents happen either at night when people are half asleep or they're drunk or whatever. It's never like I was at my office typing and a ghost appeared and we all in our sober, completely alert state saw the ghost. That never happens.
Okay. So maybe you're saying that's my dream, part of my dream.
You know when you turn off a TV, it goes pew, like that? Like in that time, something's going on in your brain that's just like wires crossed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But the reason why I believe in ghosts is because, you know, every time I wake up, you know, I'm always on my bed lying down. But at the time, I had to wake up like this. Mm-hmm. And that's weird. No? Right?
Maybe this was just a dream.
But maybe he's like, you know, with his power, he's pulling me, you know.
Why was this man interested in you? And where? Okay, let's just logically think about this for a second. If there's ghosts, what the fuck does that mean? Like, does that mean, okay, so that assumes that we all have a soul, which let's just assume that we have a soul, okay? Then you die and your soul stays here? Why?
Like Sixth Sense.
But why? What's it for? Why do you stay here?
Maybe they still have something they wanted to do.
So I was talking to my mom about this back when I used to talk to her.
Yeah.
And she believes in God and ghosts.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, so you believe that when we die, your soul goes to heaven? She's like, yes. And I was like, so a ghost is what? An accounting problem? Like, did God be like, we have 55 dead people today, but there's actually 56, so he just forgets about you, and so you stay like where you died. Your soul just like hangs out on Earth forever. I was like, what the fuck is that? And she's like, I don't know, Mitch. I don't know. I was like, okay. Like, what the hell is a ghost? Like, what? Like, do you believe we have a soul?
Yeah.
Do you believe there's an afterlife?
I don't know. Maybe yes.
Does somebody manage this process? Like,
Have you ever seen the movie Ghost? Isn't it exactly, you know, he wanted to protect his girlfriend, so he didn't go to heaven, but everything finished, he went to heaven,
so
right?
the movie Ghost with Whoopi Goldberg, she's in that movie, right? So that movie, after that, there was two big phenomenon in the West.
Okay.
When the movie Ghost came out, all fucking ladies were like panty dropping for ghosts. They just like, oh, I just want that same experience. And then the second one was when Twilight happened. Is that the name of that fucking series with the vampire? when that shit happened, every girl was like, I want a vampire boyfriend. Like, what's wrong with you people? That's why I'm single.
That's why I'm single.
You guys are like, I want to date a ghost. I want to date a vampire. It's like,
It was a good story. It was a good story. It is a good story.
Self-defense force moles removing its ban on tattoos. Basically, they don't have enough people in the self-defense force, and they're thinking that if they remove the ban on people with tattoos, they'll get more people. But why do they have a ban on tattoos?
Because it relates to Yakuza. The people's images, relate to Yakuza.
Okay, but if you're Yakuza, that's kind of scary, right?
Yeah.
And if you're the army and you're scary, that's a good thing, right?
That's why they are trying to accept those people, aren't they?
Did you guys see Putin's like sad parade?
No.
Did you guys see this? Like, Putin did like Victory Day parade like 2 days ago. And because like his army has been destroyed by the surprisingly strong Ukrainians, like it's like he's like military parade, and they had one like in the years past they had all these tanks that they would like drive past Putin. They're like, oh, we have all these tanks, and then this year they had like this one tank that was like 85 years old and is all by itself, and Putin was crying. Nuclear war is probably going to happen.
Oh my God, don't say that. No.
Well, I hope somebody just like takes out Putin. I'll be honest with you. It's like we need someone just to like from Putin to dogs, from dogs to dogs. Japan has a pizza for dogs, so of course we tried it according to Solar News 24.
Finally happy news. Okay.
No, we got a bunch of happy news.
Well,
can we see this fucking? So this is Pizza La. I've never had this before. Have you ever had pizza?
Actually, I did like 2 weeks ago. I did before I got sick. I mean, before.
Did you get sick from this
No,
pizza?
no. I'm not saying. No. Those pizza are actually good. Those pizza are actually like way expensive than others.
There was this place that I'm really sad is gone. It was called a Pizza Kaya. It was a pizza izakaya.
Hey, I didn't know.
And they had all you can eat any kind of pizza, like 20 different flavors.
Well, we cannot eat such, a lot of pizza.
Fuck yeah, I can eat it. You can eat a fuck ton of pizza, right? What are you talking about?
It makes me full.
Good. No, like we would eat like at this place. I think they went out of business because it just didn't make business sense. But like you could eat pizza with all you can drink beer.
Aww.
It was like 3,500 yen. Place was fucking awesome. By KKB. It's gone now. Sad about that. Anyway, that's the pizza for dogs.
Chicken
I think it's
pizza?
just chicken with cheese. Yesterday I went to dinner, like I had like a business meeting. I had like a consultation that I had needed to talk to somebody about some stuff. And we went to like this like primarily Italian style restaurant. And like it's like a course menu, and like some dishes came out, and there's like a couple of things that you can choose, and the pizza and the pasta came out, and I just gave it to her. I was like, you choose, I don't care. And she just got like cheese on the 3 cheese pizza and 3 cheese pasta.
Wow.
I was like, bitch, do you like cheese? She's like, yes, I love cheese. I'm like, whatever. Now let's talk about work. Anyway, so the people at Soda News thought it was good.
Wanko pizza, right?
Yeah, Wanko pizza. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess when you buy pizza, your dog looks at you, and so you have to buy him pizza now too.
If I don't have a pet, I don't have a dog, but I would never buy a pizza for that dog.
My ex who lives in one of my exes who lives in Tokyo, like, so having a pet in Tokyo is really hard. My ex had a husky.
Oh, it's husky.
Giant fucking husky, and I was like, that's a bad idea. And who was right? Who doesn't have a husky anymore? My ex.
Husky was, many people had husky like 10, maybe 15 years ago.
Should I call my ex and be like, hey, you are out of fashion.
Yeah,
You're late.
Exactly. Out of fashion. Yeah. It was a thing like long time ago.
So here's the thing. If I don't have kids, I think I'm going to buy a dog. What kind of dog should I buy?
The tiny one, maybe?
A tiny one? Dachshund. I went to the mall the other day and I saw the sad puppies in the window. I hate pet shops like that. I fucking hate that. It's horrible. Anyway, like I didn't realize how fucking expensive dogs are now. A Dachshund is like $6,000. I was like, what the fuck?
That's right. They're expensive.
And they're like, oh, they come with insurance. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? It's like, if the dog gets sick or passes away early, then it's covered by insurance. I'm like,
no.
Is this a car? Am I buying a car here? I was not happy with that.
I'm not happy about it too.
Last two stories. Japanese convenience store where you can drink beer on tap. Basically, 7-Eleven. It's not a 7-Eleven, but it's basically a 7-Eleven where you can go get yourself a draft beer. Josh, have you ever done a convenience crawl?
No, I've heard of it, but I've never done one before.
Have you ever done a convenience crawl?
No, not yet.
Do you know what that is?
Konbini crawls.
So,
Karasu.
So what you not crow, not karasu. Crawl means to go from, well, whatever. What it
crawl,
is,
like hi ne.
yeah, hi. What it is like you get a bunch of friends and you go to a convenience store and you get a drink and you chug it in front of the convenience store.
I've done that before.
Then you go to another convenience store, you get another drink.
No.
And you see how many convenience stores you can go to before you can't.
Is it a thing?
It's a thing.
Oh, really? In Japan?
Various versions of this. Some people make you do like push-ups, like 10 push-ups in front of the convenience store. Various things.
Like a TikTok stuff?
I don't know. Maybe it's on TikTok. I have no
Okay.
idea. I don't watch Japanese TikTok.
Okay.
Japanese TikTok is really, really full with gay boys. It's super full. Either that or the algorithm's just like, Mitch likes gay Japanese boys. I don't know. Like every time I'm scrolling through TikTok, anything that's Japanese is like gay boys. It's just like, you want to, what?
No, I was just gonna say that Ricky was telling me about his last convenience crawl where like everybody dressed up in like suits and nice dresses and stuff, and
they got shitty.
Yeah, and so they would just like go in like 30 people into a convenience all in like suits and dresses. And
It's a thing. It's because there's so many convenience stores in such a small area that you can do this. But it's pretty funny.
Hey, I didn't know that.
It's fun the first time. You don't need to do it twice.
So you've done that before once?
When I think I was 24.
Ah.
So yeah, I did it like 16 years ago.
Oh.
It was. And I did it with a bunch of foreign people, so it was super funny. Last story today: light up master sword, rupee dishes, and heart notebook, all part of Legend of Zelda merch line. So Tears of the Kingdom's coming out in a couple of days, and I pre-ordered that shit, and I'm gonna play that. And that's that game that costs 7,000 yen, which is like $1 in US dollars now, because yen is so weak. It's gonna save me so much money because I'm gonna stay home and not go out and spend money. Look at that. I would totally have one of those mugs. Yeah, you have no idea what we're talking about. You've never played this before.
No, I mean I know Zelda, and it used to be. I mean, my brother used to play those games when I was little, so it still exists. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm going to give a shout out again to the Acquired podcast. They have a 3 hour episodes on Nintendo. And if you guys are interested in Nintendo at all, please check those shows out. They are fucking amazing. Josh, you played Breath of the Wild.
yes, I did.
What was your takeaway from it? How did you feel?
I liked it a lot. It was really fun. I put a lot of time into it to like try and complete as much of the game as I could.
100% it.
Yeah, I can never 100% and get all the Korok seeds and all that.
You didn't want to get the poop?
No.
The poop?
But
Korok poop?
I'm thinking about getting the second one, but I haven't touched my Switch in so long.
The only reason why I have a Switch is for that game. You guys bought it for me for my birthday. I didn't play it. And then I think during COVID, I finally got time to play it, and it was great. And so I pre-ordered Tears of the Kingdom. I hope to get into it, but I don't know. We'll see. But here's the thing. The game on the Switch fucking plays sometimes at like 10 frames per second.
I wonder if they've updated it for the second one.
So what usually happens with console systems is that they get really good at optimizing the games by the end of the lifespan of the console. So Tears of the Kingdom should run consistently at 30 frames a second, I think. But I'm still pissed off that they've been talking about it. There've been leaks about it forever. The Switch Pro, the 4K version of the Switch, was supposed to come out years ago, but it didn't come out because of the pandemic and everything. I'm still looking forward to that. I want a fucking nice GPU 4K Switch because I don't like playing video games with lag. I don't like lag. Lag is a big thing for me. You have no idea what's going on.
No,
You lost.
I never played. What was it? Switch, right? I've never.
We have a giant game tournament coming up in a couple of weeks, and it's gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah, I saw the ad.
Yeah. So there's this movie called The Wizard, and it came out when I was a kid, and it's about like these kids that travel across America to go to like a game tournament, and like the end scene of that movie has stuck in my head for my whole life.
Yeah.
And I'm going to fucking create that for my kids.
Oh, okay, so it's gonna happen, the real one.
Yeah.
Like big screen.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We rented the concert hall, Caparva Hall, the whole thing with big screens.
Yeah,
It's
that
gonna
would
be
be
fucking
cool.
great.
Yeah, that would be cool.
It's going to be cool. Those kids are going to remember that shit for the rest of their lives.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
And we're also going to take pictures of them and give them pictures so they can remember that shit for the rest of their lives. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
I think we're done. You need to go.
Okay.
Okay. Well, how long? Let's take wagers, guys. How long do we think that Naz is going to stay skinny?
A month.
All right, guys. That's been our show today. Patrons, thank you always for your support. If you guys want to join them, there's a link in the description. There is a link to all of the articles that we mentioned in today's show in the description of the video. As always, like, subscribe, comment if you have a comment, and we will see you guys next week. Thank you, and
Bye.
goodbye.
Bye-bye.